And the question is, why did they give the medicine to them? Do you know why?
I think I know why.
Yes, I
Because
thought.
they want to eat Joe.
Welcome everyone. Today we have a new video with Matt and Uni.
Hi guys.
And today we have something special. So what's happening today is we have been watching a few episodes of The Last of Us, and it's about to finish the first season, I guess, on episode 9. So we want to talk about episode 8 today, because we just finished watching it, and there's a lot of things, we were quite shocked and quite interesting I want to discuss. Usually after the episode we talk to each other about this too, but we thought we'd make a video together and share with you guys. So usually after watching an episode, me and Uni usually talk about what is the special highlight for the episode to each other. So for us this time on episode 8, it was about the people in the village. They actually eat humans, and we were really shocked. So what you can see in the background is this the picture where Joe first discovered the warehouse where frozen humans were kind of hanging upside down. Because the image is a little disturbing. Uni actually blocked them out, so you guys won't get the shocking image. But if you have seen the episode, I'm sure you have noticed this part. It was quite shocking, and it all of a sudden changed our entire perspective of the episode. So what do you think about it when you saw it?
Yeah, it was really shocking to me. But then at the same time, I think in a circumstances like that, in a real life, I think that would happen. Because there's shortage of food and all these sort of stuff. So I think it's shocking, but at the same time it's realistic. But then yeah, it's really not ethical. At the same time it's totally disturbing.
Yeah, I guess there's two things I want to. I was thinking about this while watching this part as well. So, because for me, a little bit personal myself, I like to read and watch post-apocalyptic things as well. And previously, I used to see people used to describe one of the reasons that people don't eat people when it's the end of world kind of scenario is that usually if a group of people eat people, then they know they can't trust each other, because eventually the elderly and the weakest will get eaten, and then people don't feel safe with each other. But it's quite interesting in this episode because they showed a group of people who doesn't know they're eating people. So you said, that's the leader of the group who were kind of, taking the burden away, and they were finding ways to keep them alive. In some ways he's doing a good job, in other ways he's very bad, as we discover right throughout the show.
Oh, but in that part, what I was thinking is, if there is not enough of food, then why does he have to have this little community? Is it because this little community is for his religious that whole religious thing?
I think the religious thing was about controlling people. So talking about the religious thing, we have a few other screenshots, so let's go back to those as well. So what Uni was saying is David over here, the priest at the village, and who is also the leader of the camp, right?
Yeah.
So we noticed that he was religious and he was reading the Bible, and there was a saying, when we were in need, he shall provide.
Yeah.
Which initially I was like, oh, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, just referring God.
Yeah, but then there was a hidden message that he, who noticed that David is under the he, he is actually portrayed to provide the hunger people with food.
Yeah.
But without them knowing, is actually, human, right? Part of them are human. Because, this is a big discovery. So, yeah, I think one of the things he mentioned to Ellie throughout the episode with religion is that he was using religion as a method to control people. So instead of him, really believe in religion, Ellie said, oh, did you find God? He told Ellie he found God, but really he found out he can exercise his brutality and his control over people, and religion become a tool for him.
So you mean he actually likes and enjoy controlling the whole community?
Yeah, he likes to be a leader, and he likes to get people to follow. And that's why he was trying to recruit Ellie, not Lily. He was trying to recruit Ellie to be like him, to be his little student. So if we go through some of the screenshots, we can actually see this particular screenshot here when he was talking to one of his men about how much supply they had left.
Yeah, you were so fast. Right after we finished the episode, you were like, "Oh my goodness!" You remember back in the beginning of the episode, they were talking about how much supplies they've got left. They're actually referring to human.
Yeah. So when Joe discovered the warehouse, we saw in earlier parts, the humans hanging up on the roof. So when he was saying that, how much supplies do we have left, they were actually mentioning humans with like kind of codex name, maybe deers and rabbits and things like that, which is quite scary. And here they were saying that they spotted some deers far to the east or to the south, and they're like, oh, maybe we're just seeing things. At the start, we thought they're deers, right?
Yeah, and now when we look back, they were referring to human.
And this also comes to the next big reveal. So here, so it kind of makes sense they were talking about deers. Then they discover Ellie, who hunts the deer. They will try to take the dead deer away from her. I think that's absolutely fine. Then I was fully confused because both of us haven't played the game. We don't know the story.
Yeah.
We're fully taking that they were looking for deers. But turns out they were probably looking for humans. They actually found the real deer.
Yeah.
So one of the bigger reveal here, if you remember, so he was talking to Ellie, and he was saying, oh, the father who they were mourning, who died at the start, it was the crazy man that stabbed Joe and attacked him. Ellie and Joe from 2 episodes ago. And we actually went back to the episode to have a watch. So Joe got stabbed because of him.
Yeah, it's actually their group that attacked Joe.
That's
back
right.
in in episode 6.
Yeah, so what he was saying is, he said those 4 people were looking for food.
Yeah.
And at this time, I didn't understand, if you're looking for food, why would you attack Joe and Ellie? Like, there's monkeys for them to hunt, there's food they can salvage in the building. Why did they attack them? And they said Joe's crazy. I was a little confused. But you see what they meant after, right?
Okay, so they see Joe and Ellie as food.
That's right.
And they wanted to hunt them down.
That's right. To them, they become prey. So that's why he can still mention to the person who attacked them as a good person, because they start to see humans as prey, which is quite scary.
Okay, so remember in here, Ellie was asking for some medicine
That's right.
to cure Joe. In this case, then why would this other guy, is it James or someone?
Yeah.
This David, he asked James to give her the medicine. Then why would they let her go? Why don't they just capture her?
I was really confused at this part too, but there's 2 reasons, I think. One of the reasons is that he want her to run back to
Joe. To be bait or something?
Yeah, he want her to take them to Joe because they can track her down.
Yeah.
They're like trackers in the snow. You can see footprints and stuff. And the question is, why did they give the medicine to them? Do you know why?
I think I know why.
Yes, I thought.
Because they want to eat Joe.
Yeah,
That's why.
they want him to be virus free.
That's so sick. Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I was wondering too.
At that point, like before I knew that they eat human, I thought that, oh, maybe this David guy, that really religious guy, maybe he's like a really big person that he forgive people who kill his friend. That's why.
Yeah, same. I thought he was like, he's like very like saint-like. He's like, he tried to like charm others with his like love and forgiveness.
Yeah.
But that's why he just want to eat them.
Oh my goodness, that's actually very scary.
You kind of realize, right? I just realized that I was like, why would they ever give medicine to them?
Yeah.
The medicine
is
because they need food.
Yeah.
They need to make sure Joe's good food, not like poison food.
Right.
Because they all have food too.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. So here, talking about the food, there's also a scene in the show where the guy was bringing a tray of meat, and the cook was asking him what meat it is. Initially, we couldn't pick this up. We're like, oh, obviously they were talking about deer. They were showing so much deer. Obviously, it's deer meat, right?
Yeah, but then
venison. That's what they say.
But then during this scene, I was wondering. I was like, oh, but they were saying that they don't have much supply. Then how come here they still have got a lot of meat here?
Yeah, it's quite fresh.
Yeah.
And the scary part is, actually, I was thinking about this. I don't know if it's true. It's just my speculation. Notice that the girl's dad, at the start, they were mourning a dead guy. The dead body was never found. And they were short of food.
Did they say that?
Yeah, they didn't go back for the dead body or something. I don't know. Actually, did they? Maybe they ate the dead guy. Yeah. That's why it's so fresh. Because most of the other things they had is like frozen.
Right.
Oh, it's pretty scary. Maybe this is deer, but we're just guessing. But the next thing when we went back to watch is when she asked him, the person here, he actually paused for like a second purposely. It was a subtle hint, but he paused for a second. Then he said it's venison, like deer meat.
Yeah.
And she was, I think the cook might be understanding this as well. She was very reluctant, but she still cooked it.
So you mean she actually knows it too?
I
She
think
might know it.
she probably knows. No, usually, like, I guess maybe the cooks, they can tell too. You can't really hide, right? But yeah, this particular
Yeah,
scene.
yeah. If I was the cook, maybe I would be able to tell like the difference between deer meat and human meat. Because
Yeah.
if you have been cooking deer meat most of the time, and one day you give me some other meat, I would be like, how come it looks so different and smells different too?
Yeah. Oh. And this, of course, comes the next scene where David is showing to be eating like a plate full of food with a lot of sauce. Do you know why there's a lot of sauce?
Oh, to cover the look or something, to cover the color.
Color the taste for
At that
different.
scene, I was thinking about, oh, it should be maybe something looks like pasta or something.
Oh. And that scene is actually a small reveal that David is not the person you kind of think he's like to be. Because if you remember earlier, he was actually hitting the girl because she said we should kill Ellie as well. We should kill the girl and the guy who murdered her father. I thought he was hitting her because she spoke out of like anger and hatred, but it turns out he was probably hitting her, as he was saying in the scene, he was hitting her because he wanted to maintain his leadership. He said, "You shall not speak when the father is speaking," and he kind of see he as superior to all of them. They're like his little ships, and he's the shepherd. They can't kind of like break his conversation. So he was hitting her because she was breaking out of line, trying to without knowing it, she was contesting his authority of the group. He wasn't hitting her because she wanted to kill Ellie. So yeah, he's like he assert his dominance in the group, and you can start to see he's not the person he presented to be, right?
Yeah, and remember, after that one, after he hit the girl, yeah, obviously he was showing like, oh, I'm the leader of the group. You shouldn't go against me.
That's right.
Yeah, something
That's
like
right.
that.
Yeah.
And then I think the creepiest thing now I think back is before they eat, they say grace.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And then they were like thanking God to provide them food and all these other stuff, and it's so bad. Like,
It's a big
imagine
contrast.
all the other people they were eating that they have got no idea what they were eating, and
They were taking away from the guilt and the sin, I guess, without knowing. Because they were spared. At least in some ways, he did spare them on that. But I think I find it interesting because shows like this, they give you a very big contrast of what you think and imagine like the society is, and what's actually deep behind it is like really dark.
oh yeah, it's really a big shock
Yeah.
after you know about the truth and you look back.
Yeah, that's when we look back at the text on screenshots, it's quite different. So here we have a screenshot when Ellie got the medicine and she was hoping that Joe recovers after giving him the medicine. I do want to say, do you guys know how medicine is given? You don't poke on the wound, right? I think you poke somewhere else. She just poked into his stomach and inserted the medicine.
Yeah, she did mention she didn't know where to
Yeah, I
where
didn't
to
know
put the
too.
needle.
Yeah. Do you go into the bloodstream? Do you go into the muscle? I don't know, but
But I was thinking, when she was treating him, I was thinking, oh, if she poked into the wrong spot, does that mean he would die or something?
yeah, because he could poke in the organ, the needle was so long, but at least Joe's okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can you can be logical
Yeah,
in this
yeah,
part. Yeah,
yeah, we're okay. So after saying Joe's okay, he actually become really okay. We were pretty surprised, like he was sick, then he got up and killed like a bunch of men.
yeah. Like remember this scene? He was like so weak. and couldn't even like who could barely move and stuff, and then next scene he was like killing all these people and
Yeah, and when he was killing those people, I was actually kind of feeling bad for like those people. Yeah, because I guess they want to kill him, but they want to bring him to justice. At the time, I thought they wanted to bring him to justice. I didn't know they want to bring him to the slaughterhouse and eat him.
yeah.
So I was feeling bad for those people. I was like, oh gosh, they just revenging their friend. And this guy wake up from the sickness and took their medicine and now he's killing them.
But I think if you start from the very beginning of the show, you would notice that Joe is that kind of person.
Yeah,
if someone
he has hinted.
harms him or threaten him or something, he will kill you.
He has mentioned about his dark past, and it's been like 20 years since the whole end of the world thing happened to him. He has said he's got a really dark past. Now I wonder, maybe Joe knows what kind of people they are. That's why he's so brutal to them. Because
sure?
notice that Joe kind of interrogated them a little bit. Maybe they already told Joe something, and
No
then
way, I don't think so. I think he found out in that house.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. But it's a very smart idea to get him to point at the same map.
But you know, when I was watching that scene, I was thinking he
poke
could
him.
poke him using that knife.
Same, but it's a really slow poke. If you poke with the neck, you want to try.
We try to
Hold this out your mouth and poke. No, I don't need.
no need.
Is that hard,
Okay.
right?
Okay, let's try. Let's try with this.
Okay.
Okay, you poke. You
I
try.
was 30, I don't want to try.
Okay, fine.
Might be a fork or something. But just pretend. Oh, God, we're so silly. Okay. So let's go to the next part. So here, this is the scene where Ellie actually discovered that the group of people under David is actually eating people.
Yeah.
Uni actually found this part, like the clip for this one. I always actually can't find it for a while.
Yeah.
So notice that, yeah, she's a really good actor. She did well.
Yeah. She found out those body parts here.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, at this point, did you realize that they were eating human?
No, I was
actually
pretty slow.
I was slow too. I thought maybe when they were torturing people, they cut their ears or chop their fingers, something like that.
I thought it's
I
just
still haven't realized.
yeah, because it's such a short clip. I didn't really see what it was. I was like, oh, just a piece of rubber or something.
Oh, you didn't know it was ear.
I couldn't tell it was a ear because I was like
really?
just looked away for a second. I was like, it's something on the floor. It's just some random stuff. But
Oh, you didn't saw.
yeah, and that's when
Okay.
David was giving Ellie food and she was backing away. She was not eating it. He's like,
Yeah,
oh, don't
yeah.
worry, it's medicine. It's like deer meat, but she's
Yeah.
not eating right. I was asking Yuni, I was like, why don't they eat ear? As the cannibals they are, right?
Yeah, it's obvious to tell what it is, so that's why they don't eat the ears.
Because they'll be hiding this from the group. So yeah, quite interesting. So this comes back to the part where Joe found the people hanging upside down.
Yeah, the way they hang people is just like hanging an animal.
Yeah, of the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
I noticed that you guys can't see, but I'm sure you might have seen the scene. You probably don't want to look. The arms of the person is actually directly like downwards. So what that means is the person was killed. They killed the person by cutting the head off, and the arms, the whole body was frozen out in the snow, and then they hang. So the arm wasn't falling down.
Oh yeah.
Ah,
If that's the case, the body should be like this, right?
yeah.
But instead of being this, it's like this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. So here you can see they were holding Ellie down. They were going to kill her because she wouldn't join them. Well, she did a good job. She burned them down and killed both of them. And yeah, this is the scene I want to talk about. You can see
Because it goes back to the beginning of the episode and show that banner and now we knows what this actually means.
Yeah, notice the character David is still under the heat. I feel like he's still, maybe it's purpose, maybe it's not on purpose, but it's the same banner they want to show. And notice the whole place is on fire.
Yeah.
And I think in some ways, I like to think about a lot of random stuff. I think maybe symbolizes that when you have like dark, like deeds or like sinister actions, eventually you will be punished. Maybe that's the way. And finally, this is a really sweet ending, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Joe was calling Ellie like baby girls.
Oh,
yeah, like
yeah.
how he calls his girl, right? So you can see it's a very amazing thing that the relationship between the two really develops. I think they did a good job.
Yeah, I think he finally see her as
His
daughter.
he's like an answer his daughter, yeah, and she sees him like a fatherly figure too. She's like trying to keep him alive and trying her best. It's really sweet. I think the show have a really good direction and quite interesting, huh?
Yeah.
The show overall is just being a really nice show for us.
Yeah, because when we first started the show, Matt has been saying that, oh, it's going to be a zombie show. A lot of zombies.
I was like, I'm scared.
And I was like, okay, I'll wait for the zombies. I've been waiting for the zombies. I think it's only 10-20% of zombies that they're
it's a
showing.
Good change. Not
Yeah,
like
mostly they
zombie
were
everywhere.
showing the human.
Yeah, that's
which is,
the part is interesting.
Yeah, that's the part that actually impressed me so much.
and it's quite realistic too.
Yeah.
Now, let's see how we go on the next episode. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.